Welcome to What's Happening, a program which focuses on events here within the City of Lynn. Here with me today to represent the Friends of the Lynn Heritage State Park, we have David Gass, Chairman, and Julio Beret of the Master of Ceremonies of the event. We're here today to discuss the events that's coming up. It's going to be on September 13th from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's going to be held at the Heritage State Park in Lynn at 135 Lynn Way. Before we get too much into the event, let's learn a little bit about you gentlemen and how you're going to be contributing. Dave, we'll start with you.
We formed the Lynn World Folk Festival about 5 years ago. We've had music. The idea was to bring together all the different ethnic groups that aren't represented in Lynn, who live in Lynn but not represented musically. So we formed that, and now it's called the World Music Festival because we brought in jazz and rap, and I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Great, excellent. Yeah. All right, Julio.
Well, I will say that I have been involved in this for the whole time. Before we started these events, me and David have been involved in the community in many issues, especially the Highlands community, which we have been involved in many activities to help the people to live a life, a better quality life.
So part of that is definitely organizing events that can be enjoyed by members of the community, and that's what you're doing here. One important thing to mention is that this is the 6th annual World Folk Festival that you guys are doing. So that must mean you've had some past successes. I want to talk about this year and what's going to be available to anybody who's going to be attending. Now the theme is Women of the World, right? So we can talk about that, how that coincides with it. But let's talk about the event. What is going to be happening at the event?
All right, I'll list the groups that are going to be playing.
Sure.
Okay, Farganigan is starting out their Yiddish Russian group, people who practice on Newhall Street, and they'll be doing a couple of Yiddish songs.
Great.
Cultural Latino is a dancing group which they sing folkloric music from America. And the other one is Josue Giron. Josue Giron is a mariachi. It's a micro mariachi, a small mariachi.
Okay, like kids.
Kids.
It's a little kid. People trying to be small during the
Small.
Okay, great.
He's sixth grader at Washington Street School, so it's very good.
Oh, cool.
Then we have Women of the World. Women of the World are all graduates of Berkeley College of Music, and they just won a national competition for the best a cappella group in the United States, which means singing without instruments.
Right. Now they're Lynners?
Well, there is a Lynner there. Deborah Pierre went to classical high school, and his family's from Haiti, is coming. We have a woman from Japan who's like the diva of Japanese folk music coming.
It's a girl from Brazil. She plays percussion.
Oh, Brazil playing on the drums. We have a girl from, and we have a girl from Italy, sings a lot of great Italian music, and then we have a woman from India, and they sing in 21 languages.
Wow.
Folk music primarily to promote peace in the world, people coming together. They're representative of the United Nations, so they're a very top group coming, and they're terrific and they're very inspiring.
Outstanding. I mean, it's definitely not going to fall short of World Folk Festival. You guys have pretty much tapped into almost every continent that exists on the planet. So it sounds like it's going to be a successful event. Again, you know, this is the 6th annual World Folk Festival. This is going to be held on September 13th from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is going to be at the Lynn Heritage State Park, 135 Lynn Way. Come on down, enjoy it. It's definitely going to be a family affair. Now let's talk about the cause. Every event has its purpose, its reason. What type of awareness are you trying to bring up here? I mean, what are you guys trying to achieve?
I'll give you an example. The Haitian groups that play in Lynn don't play to non-Haitians generally. The Cambodians don't play to non-Cambodians. And so we wanted to bring them all together to hear each other's music, taste each other's food, because there'll be food there for sale from different ethnic groups. And the idea is to bring together because you need, coming to Lynn, you don't understand each other's culture. What happened in Africa? What happened, you know? And that is to bring the different people of Lynn together as one.
You know, they say if every person in the world learned one extra language, then we would be a little bit more empathetic and sympathetic towards each other's hardships. So I think you guys are starting at the bottom right now, and you're working your way up to the top. 6 years is an amazing run, and it doesn't seem like you're going to be stopping anytime soon. Again, it's the 6th annual World Folk Festival. The theme is Women of the World. It's going to be on September 13th from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is going to be at the Heritage State Park, 135 Lynn Way. just got through talking about you guys, the event, the cause. Let's get into the organization, Friends of Lynn Heritage State Park. Who are these guys? What's their purpose? What are they doing?
Originally, it was condo owners that lived next door to Heritage State Park. We saw that when there used to be events at the park that was formed maybe 30 years ago, it was built, and eventually there was no events at the park. And we decided that's a good place to hold it. And we spread out to anybody in the city that wants to work with us, who loves music, especially folklorico or folk music that your mother taught you, your grandmother taught you. That's being lost to pop.
Yeah.
So what we've done is add something to it. There's a Cape Cod African dance group coming, dance and drumming, that'll teach drumming. They're coming up from the Cape.
Nice.
There's Jazz is a Rainbow, which is the history of jazz. Is written by Mike Paulton and Lynn Jackson, who are nationally known jazz cabaret people from Lynn and Swampscott. They're local people who wrote, and middle school kids will perform this. And then we have the Seeger Tribute Band. That's me and Julio, Ralph Tufo, and Andre O'Neill, top bass player. And we'll do Seeger stuff. Seeger's famous, just died, he was 94 years old, and he said famously, I'd rather put songs on people's lips than in their ears. So that we encourage people to sing these songs, to carry it through, because too much we're listening to the culture and not participating in it.
Yeah.
So that's, and finally Walnut, the musical genie. Everybody knows Walnut. He's doing rap, which is a very socially conscious rap,
Yes.
by the way. He'll finish off the whole concert.
His name's Walnut?
Walnut, yeah, Tyrone is his
Okay.
given name.
Okay.
But he
But his
performs at
rapping
Walnut
name.
Street Cafe, of all things.
Oh, cool. All right, I like that. Keep it in. Go ahead, Julio.
I want to say that mostly the type of activities going on there and that festival is for peace on the world. And I will say that the City of Lynn is an experiment, and will find people from all walks of life.
Right.
And so this activity we are doing goes with this city and goes with the peace of the world, because at some point we're all going to be together.
It's something that we all hope and wish for, but don't really make any conscious efforts towards.
Exactly.
It's like you hear so much about the guy who goes to the homeless shelter to feed the hungry, but they're walking over the hungry on their way there.
Right.
Dave, you had something to add?
Yeah, just say that other cities have this kind of thing. Lawrence had a Bread and Roses festival for years and years. Lowell has a tremendous folk festival. It emphasizes Western European music, basically, but it doesn't bring in the other cultures too much. So we want to bring that in and make sure that people understand each other. Music is a universal language.
Right.
You don't need to know Japanese to sing a
Right.
Japanese song, or
Go straight up.
Guantanamera. You don't need to know
Go
Spanish.
straight up.
You know?
I couldn't agree with you more. It
Yeah.
really is. It's a universal language.
Yeah.
There's math involved.
Right.
So it's important. So you two are musicians too, which is
Exactly.
important to say.
Right.
Now, I believe there was something that was playing on LynnCAM, where you guys were performing a song too, Dave. So you might have some fans out there in LynnCAM TV land
Right,
that we may not know about.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we got about maybe 2 minutes left in the program. I want to focus on some of your past successes. Again, 6th annual World Folk Festival. This year's theme is going to be Women of the World. It's going to be on September 13th from 1 p.m. to 6. This is at the Lynn Heritage State Park, which is a great venue. It's actually kind of like a hidden gem in Lynn that not a lot of people get to appreciate. It's at 135 Lynn Way. You can actually get there by crossing the bridge from North Shore Community College. It's great, nice little location. Let's talk about the past successes that you guys have had.
One great past success, I think, was we brought Arabic groups into the dance the last 2 years. Because there was a group here, Iraqi and Arab Association, and I had never seen Arabic dancing, and it was very, very powerful stuff. We brought in a group from Scotland that came over on the boat, actually, was going to tour the United States.
Really?
Not just for us, but yeah, they played some music. And
Oh, okay.
We've had Arabic groups. We've had groups from all over the world. African drumming by Mamadou. So many different types. One thing we want to emphasize is that we'll have side events. For example, Bob Levine will do leaf painting. Aha! What's leaf painting? We'll find out. Come and
Right.
find out.
Exactly.
We'll have Fallon, who's a 12-year-old at KIP, is going to do face painting. He's a very talented artist. And we have an interesting artist called Aziz Isaac from the Sudan, who's a wonderful painter. Matter of fact, Dukakis bought one of his paintings.
Really?
Really top guy.
Wow.
He's going to show people how to He's going to do drawing there, teach people how to draw. Because have you ever seen an artist at work?
Yeah, well, I have. In school, I saw some kids who were a lot more talented than me, and it's just like in a zone.
Very interesting.
Doing that work.
So we're trying to do international. We're trying to go in that direction. And
I don't think it's going to fall anything short of that. I mean, you guys have tapped into just about everything that's available here in Lynn. And like you said, Julio, Lynn really is an experiment.
Exactly.
I mean, other than New York, I mean, there aren't a lot of other cities, within this Northeast region that have such a high density population, especially when it comes to diversity. I mean, we're top tier. Lynn's, and I mean, you guys are taking great pride in what you're doing, and you're spreading the peace. So I commend you on that. Again, I just want to remind our viewers that the event will be on September 13th from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is going to be at the Lynn Heritage State Park at 135 Lynn Way. It's the 6th annual World Folk Festival. It's going to be put on by the Friends of Lynn Heritage State Park. Julio, quick something to add?
Yes, I just want to make a summary of this as an invitation in Spanish.
Okay.
Damas y caballeros, hoy estamos anunciando un festival que tenemos en la ciudad de Lynn el día 13 de septiembre, que comienza de 1 a 6 de la tarde. Y lo estamos invitando a ustedes para que vengan a disfrutar de la música, de la comida y de la amistad que ustedes van a encontrar en ese sitio. Pueden traer sus niños y pasar un día agradable sin tener que pagar un centavo. Vengan aquí, solo caminen y crucen desde North Shore Community College hacia el parque Heritage Park. Están invitados todos el día 13 de septiembre de 1 a 6 de la tarde. Gracias.
Muy bueno.
Can I add one
That's
thing?
about all I know. But.
All right, I'll add one thing.
Go ahead.
One thing to it is that music has power. Now, 50 years ago in Mississippi, there were voter registration drives there, and it opened up the whole civil rights movement to a civil rights law, which we enjoy today. But when I was there, people who were arrested in jail were singing this song and got out of jail because of it. I ain't scared of your jail because I want my freedom, I want my freedom, I want my freedom. And they sang it, and it was a gospel song. It was a church song. They put new words on it. And we're going to be singing that kind of song because we should celebrate the 50th anniversary of Mississippi Summer.
September 13th. Down at the Lynn Heritage State Park. Come on down for the 6th annual World Folk Festival. It's going to be an outstanding event. It's from 1 to 6 p.m. Come on down, bring the kids, bring the family. Gentlemen, thanks for being here today. I wish you the best of luck at your event. From the studio here at LynnCAM TV, that's it for What's Happening. I'm Sean Donahue, wishing you all the best.